very happy day to everyone except Manfred von Karma, because that man is terrifying. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doctor Who Reviews. This week, we are discussing the Peter Davison serial, Kinder, as chosen by our very own Freezing Inferno.
Oh, you poor simple boy. You don't even know what's coming for you in Phoenix, right?
No, I don't, and I prefer it to be that way. But anyway.
Oh, I know, but we know what's going for you.
I mean, I yelled at you in Discord about something that happened, and I couldn't believe it happened.
Yep.
Involving Manfred von Karma and something else.
Oh, just wait. It gets worse. And better.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
So
anyway,
no matter where Brainiac goes for media, he can't escape. Oh, it's going to get worse. He goes to Phoenix Wright. Cat's going to be like, oh, it's going to be so much worse. He goes to Symphogear. I'm going to be like, oh, it's going to get so much worse.
It's like that meme of the astronaut. I'm the astronaut. I say, so it's all terrible. And Cat's going to say, always has been.
Oh, hello,
Except
everybody.
I have finger guns rather than an actual gun.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Doctor Who.
Yeah, so I know you're looking forward to this one, so I'll just introduce my two usual co-hosts. Firstly, 2-man virtual left, 1 minute more. Just give him 1 minute more. It's Freezing Inferno.
1 minute more, yeah, to talk about mares and shit.
And 2-man virtual right. Always keep her under finger. That's the spot where she might linger. It's Concave Usurper, better known as Cat.
Hi. Big ass snakes. Yay.
Kinda. Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Do we have a densely packed story?
Am I reaching for the Quagsire button? Not quite yet.
You're reaching for the what?
The Quagsire button. The Quagsire screen.
Oh.
You know,
Oh, God.
Why have I not put that on my soundboard? Rainiac, send that to me.
I will do that after this, yes. But this is a very interesting story.
This is actually Peter Davison's third Doctor Who story. I know they filmed them in a weird order, but as transmitted, this is the third Fifth Doctor story. Say that. Try to wrap that around your head. But another interesting thing about it, I haven't looked at the classic poll that I keep using. Why don't we peek at that now just to make this point? But I do know that back in the 80s, when this story came out and that season ended, Kinda was the least liked story.
I can sort of see why.
Oh, and it currently, as of 2013, sits at a respectable number 63 on the poll, which is a much better score.
I mean, it's a little high, but
I would say it's well deserved high. This is a really good Peter Davison story.
Yeah, it is. I think there are better ones, but it is.
There are, but I really like this one. I'm not the biggest Peter Davison fan. Apologies to Mike and Christina, but he's just not my Doctor. Quotation marks.
Now you've gone and said it, have you?
I mean, tastes are subjective, but there are some stories that are just so evocative and weird and wild featuring his Doctor that just make me go, ooh. And Kinda is one of them. So why don't we talk about Kinda?
This is pretty out there, yeah.
Oh, this is...
And we open with a couple of military explorers.
Colonialism, hooray!
Hindle and Sanders. And Hindle is a big part of why this serial, I think, is so well regarded.
This fucking guy.
He acts it really well.
Oh, yeah.
Chapeau to the actor. Yeah. Chapeau to... Is it Simon Rouse?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah. Chapeau to him, because he really got into this performance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He fucking went for it.
And then the other man was nominated for an Oscar, so...
Nice.
Years and years back, the first Oscar nominee to appear in Doctor Who.
How about that?
And then, of course, years and years later, Olivia Colman, who won an Oscar, would appear in Doctor Who before she won the Oscar.
Well, how about that?
For The Favourite. Anyway, we immediately established these two characters. Hindle is, well, unhinged. While Sanders
Well,
is
he's not fully unhinged just yet.
no, he unravels later on, but even now that he's got issues, shall we say?
He's very anxious.
He's got
And
like a nervous, paranoid disposition, yeah. While Sanders is a typical sort of overbearing commander type.
Very Colonel Mustard.
Yeah.
We also have a scientist called Dr. Todd, who isn't really much of a character, really, to me.
No, sadly no.
She does get a lot of focus later with the Doctor. Basically, like a quasi-companion, if you will, for the story.
And at one point, Hindle is asleep, and Sanders wakes him up with a tribal mask.
He just puts this thing on and goes, boo!
You know, just scaring the man half to death to wake him up.
It's a prank, old boy, just a bit of fun.
Sanders is having a totally normal one, I see.
Yeah. So, while these kids are doing those things to them, the TARDIS has arrived. And we see Tegan walking around a pretty jungle, walking past the TARDIS. And here's Adric and Nyssa just playing a board game.
They're playing checkers.
This is notable because, y'all don't know this, but in the previous story, at the very end of it, Nyssa up and fainted for no particular reason.
I was wondering if this played into the previous story.
Yeah,
I know the particular reason, because she couldn't appear in this serial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Miss not appearing in this special.
Also, the checkers board's the wrong way around when they're playing it, so that's quite a funny goof.
You know.
But yeah,
I don't think anybody's really paying attention to the checkerboard.
So this is like, oh, I can't concentrate on this stupid game, and then that leads to saying, well, you're still affected by whatever happened because they don't mention it by name. 48 hours sleep in the TARDIS should do the trick, and that's the last you see of Nyssa until part 4.
So a young Chris Chibnall must have watched this back on broadcast and thought, yeah. Years later, hey Mandip, I got the perfect role for you. Yes it up!
I mean, that's not entirely the words.
Words.
What words?
Unprecedented?
Not entirely villainous?
Well, it happened with Jamie, didn't it, in the Mind
That's not
Robber?
an entirely unprecedented comparison, considering the fact the reason Nyssa is not in this is because she hadn't been written into it.
That's one reason.
Yeah.
The other issue was negotiating a contract.
Yep.
Oh my god. Anyway, the Doctor has rigged up a delta wave augmenter, bit of technobabble to help her sleep. But he's also hooked the sonic screwdriver to this, which Adric comments on. It's like, you hooked the sonic screwdriver? Yeah, we're on a nice jungle planet. We're not going to need the sonic screwdriver.
Oh.
And then they proceed to not need it at all.
I know the next story coming up.
Yeah. What, you want to mention that?
The Visitation. It gets destroyed.
Yeah. The producer at the time was very much like, oh, the sonic screwdriver is too overpowered. It solves every problem. We should destroy it. Then we can have more scenes of Doctor Who being locked up. Was
it seriously a case of, okay, I managed to get it out of this story, and this story, and this story. What am I going to do for the next one?
I
got it. I'll destroy it.
It's in Castrovalva. I don't know if it's in the story following Castrovalva.
I don't know if it's in Forward to Doomsday. I make it a point not to check Forward to Doomsday whenever I can.
Wait, that's the one that before this?
Yeah.
Oh dear God, I feel faint.
Well, okay, I have to ask what's wrong with Forward to Doomsday.
Notoriously bad.
It's... Yeah.
Do you want to take this?
Our podcast 2 weeks from now for Forward to Doomsday.
Do you want to take this, or do you not want to give the ammunition?
So it's just bad. It's not racist or anything.
But
so
yeah,
anyways,
it's not great.
Anyways, the Dr. Adric and Tegan decide to explore around, and they find what I could best describe as space wind chimes.
They leave this to do some shopping. And no, seriously, she actually did some shopping, the actress.
Bit.
She took advantage of the fact she wasn't on the set for parts 2 and 3. But, I don't mind, I'll just go and do some shopping. Which I actually admire that. That's taking the initiative.
Yeah, wind chimes in the middle of a jungle.
I like the wind chimes. Nice concept.
It's neat. And the doctor remarks, hey, we would have taken advanced technology to make these really pretty wind chimes. How nice.
And then Mike Oldfield shows up and
Now,
starts playing Cheap
something
Little
I
Bells.
wanted to ask. Is it supposed to be implied that the wind chimes put Tegan to sleep, or was she just tired at the time?
I read it as they put her to sleep.
You can interpret it as both. They encourage dreaming.
Okay.
It does not say they put people to sleep specifically, but if they're encouraging dreaming, that kind of is putting people to sleep, isn't it? In a way.
Technically.
But the chimes are definitely responsible for what happens to Tegan later on in this story.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I kind of wish that they had said something to describe it a little bit, like, if Tegan had said something like, "Oh, the ringing in my ears, oh, it's so relaxing," or something like that.
There's also a
Just
funny
make it a
bit
little
where the Doctor plays the wind chimes. He plays them perfectly. He plays a perfect fourth, but calls it a perfect fifth. That's either a goof or they're playing on the fact he's the fifth Doctor, and therefore he's a perfect fifth. And then Andrew says, "Let me have a go," and it utterly murders the instrument.
He's just like, let me have a go. He just smashes them all together, and then the doctor plays 3 blind mice on it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
This is do you remember we said back in Dalek when Van Staten took the instrument and I expected him to murder it, but he actually played it perfectly? This is this, but played straight.
Well, either way, he's like, Adric, don't wander off, and he goes to see where Adric's going, and meanwhile Tegan is sleepy, while the doctor just sort of fucks off to go find Adric. Back at the colonist dome, we get mention of the native species of the planet, the Kinda, the titular Kinda.
Yeah.
And Todd mentions, oh, they're not aggressive. And Sanders calls them...
Savages.
Yeah.
Barely even human.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot of comparisons to Pocahontas in this, both from this and the native side when we meet one of the main native characters.
I don't remember.
Well, to be fair, Pocahontas is just Dances with Wolves, but with a Disney princess.
And this preceded both of them, I think.
Oh, of course it did. Pocahontas was like 1995.
And Dances with Wolves was 92, was it? Or was it the 80s?
If it was the 80s, it was not. This was 1982.
To the Google Mobile.
That was actually really good.
That was very good.
Hey, Kat, you got something for your soundboard. Just rip it from the episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you were going to take the actual sound effect, but you don't actually need to. That's much better.
Yeah, fuck. If I got it good, we're going to use it. Shit.
Okay, Dances with Wolves came out in 1990.
So this is like 8 years before.
Yeah, it preempted it.
Also, the colonists took some Kinda as hostages.
Yeah, colonialism, am I right? I actually didn't find this as... I can acknowledge, we kind of did some terrible things in the past, but this doesn't make me feel as uncomfortable as Demons did. A lot of terrible things in the past.
Thank you.
But this doesn't make me as uncomfortable as Demons did.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
Because while this could be... Yeah, I think it is an allegory for the British Empire's treatment of Australian natives. It could be argued it wasn't fully intentional, whereas Demons totally was. I mean, it's written into the plot.
Yeah.
Demons is an historical, this is not.
Well, I mean, seeing as there is absolutely no reason for them to have captured these two, except for the fact that they later become important to the plot, there's no reason for them to be holding these two people.
Todd, is it Todd, I think, that mentions there's only 3 members of the team left, because Roberts went out and went missing and hasn't returned, and 2 other unnamed people, both men, went out and haven't returned either.
It's nice how you tried to avoid my question. Or my statement.
No, please make the statement again. I missed it.
I just said that there's no reason for these 2 to be captured.
And I would
at all.
100% agree with you.
So it's like the only thing I can think of is that it's supposed to represent something. I just don't know what.
I don't think it was ever officially confirmed that it was definitely intended to be, oh, here, look at this colonialism we did of Australia. But I think it is, look what we did this colonialism of Australia. So
Maybe. There's like a lot of this story that's very like you could analyze the themes in the story for you could write papers on this shit.
yeah, you could, but we won't because time
But we won't.
is
Let's just put it very simply and say white people doing white people things.
Mhm. I've also written down for some reason that Hindle boy is all fucked up.
because he is.
Yeah.
He is, but
Accurate
he must have done.
statement.
He probably did something specific in this scene to make me say that.
I think it was because he was talking back to Sanders and Todd. Was it?
Probably. Let's say yes.
Oh,
Let's see.
he wanted his official objections to be made known,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which to a superior officer, yeah, that's gonna work out for you, Hindle.
Meanwhile,
It doesn't.
back in the jungle,
The mighty jungle.
Adric found a robot.
He found the
I'm
Power
going
Walker
to-
from Alien.
I am going to summarize this scene in the funniest way possible. Adric finds a robot. The doctor says, "Hey, Adric, be careful. Don't touch that robot." 40 seconds later, Adric touches
The robot.
fucking robot.
And the
I
robot
don't
arrests
know why
them.
you're surprised. I don't know why anybody is surprised. He's a kid. That's what kids do.
The,
I
ro-
know, but
the robot arrests them. It's not actually a robot. It's a total survival suit.
yeah.
See, I haven't seen a whole lot of Adric, but I'm not seeing why so many people hated him. He's just a kid. That's what they do. They go around and they try to do stuff.
I think 'cause he
and
was
they're
a smart
annoying,
ass.
And it happens.
I don't hate him for this. I just find it funny.
Oh, it's
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people out there who seem to hate him, and there are people who have celebrated it due to his Earth shock, which I won't mention again because it makes me sad. So it's just it seems cruel to me because he's just a kid.
I will say the worst Adric story for me is the aforementioned Ford to Doomsday. Because he's
Haven't
really,
seen it, so
yeah, he's really bad at it.
He's not great, no.
see, you
how's
guys
it-
say that, but I had to watch Ruby, so
I haven't seen.
What? Jesus.
Forrest.
I know who you meant. I haven't seen Ford Doomsday for a very long time. And when we're not doing this podcast, I would probably make that much longer a period of time, but at some point I'll have to do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be a interesting podcast. Look,
Maybe it's coming
We have
next
a lot
week.
of
It's
very
not, it's not
interesting
coming next
podcasts
week.
coming.
It's not coming next week.
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's coming 2 weeks from now when Cat picks it.
No, I've already got something in mind.
I thought you might. Love the evil laughter. So the robot marches them into the camp. They put their hands up and surrender, and it marches them into the camp. And then they encounter the 3, I suppose we'll call them colonists.
Oh, and this, yeah.
Sanders, Hindle, and Todd. And actually, after we get the whole study, who are you, what are you doing here? They're mostly reasonable to them. They feed them.
Well, Hindle isn't, but everybody else is.
All right, Sanders and Todd are quite reasonable towards them. They feed them. They're not too pressurizing into, tell us what you know and all that.
Wait, I have a very, very important question.
Yeah.
Sanders is a military guy, right?
Oh, no.
Do they ever say what his rank is?
No, they don't. They just
No.
call him Sanders.
Because if he's a colonel, I have some issues.
He's just Mr. Sanders, but that's funny. So
jeez.
while they're also the planet is named for the first time. It's Devaloka
Yeah.
with a K. Because,
Devaluka, also known as the land of the gods.
because we're cool like Mortal Kombat. We have to add K's to everything.
No, it literally is a Buddhist term.
I know.
land of the
I was
gods.
making a not very good joke.
Ooh.
But
Yeah, there's a lot of
Boo, hiss.
there's a lot of Buddhist stuff and allegory in the story.
okay.
Oh, yeah,
did you
we're
mean to
even
did you mean to
more
look
of
at Boo Hiss to Buddhist? Because that's brilliant. If you did.
Oh God,
That's brilliant timing if you meant that. If you didn't,
I didn't
somehow
mean that.
it's even better timing.
I don't know what I tried to say Buddhist. That's
Congratulations.
Instead of boo hiss or Buddhist, we could say
This is why I write, because my dumb mouth doesn't work sometimes.
this is why I talk, because my dumb hands don't work sometimes.
I mean, it's not like you've written 60,000 words on Symphogear.
Yeah, if I had to
Don't
say
get him
them all.
started. Don't get him started.
Let me tell you about Mikuko Hinata. First of all,
No.
So,
Press Kinda. Remember Kinda.
while
Alright.
our intrepid explorers are with the remaining crew of the colony, Tegan is having a fun little adventure, and by fun I mean not.
Oh, this
Yeah.
I really like this effect where they zoom in on her eye and they get
That's
right in to her pupil, and then they superimpose a little Tegan inside and they just zoom in.
I can't believe
And we're
people
just-
complain about the effects in this story. Well, apart from one, that we get it to the end. But
Well, complain.
the
You
Tegan
say complain, I say applaud.
the Tegan dream sequence stuff is honestly really good
It's very good.
in terms of effects. It's simple, but it's very effective.
So, and what's really neat here is, I don't know if you noticed this. I did, because I'm thinking critically. This shot where Tegan is walking around in her dream is, I'm going to say the word, but we don't need to do the thing. It's a direct mirror of her opening shot in the episode, where she walks forward and she walks past this object. It was the TARDIS in reality, and it's just this big black like pyramid thing in the void here in the dreamland, and she comes across two people playing checkers.
That had to be intentional with the shots matching up like that.
Absolutely has
It's
to
too
be.
Absolutely.
perfect. It's too perfect.
Yes, and these two people are, and apologies if I get the pronunciation correct, Annika and Anata.
Yeah, they also mean things in the Buddhist language, don't they?
Yes, Annika is impermanence, and then Anata is not self or the illusion of self, and they're two of the three marks of existence.
Yeah, and it's
Which is very interesting.
And it's very pertinent because they also don't believe that Tegan exists.
well the
Yeah,
woman. I don't know who is who. Sorry, but
And it's the dude.
yeah. So you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. So Anata then says, "You can't possibly exist, my dear. So please go away." And
What I
then-
took from it before I knew about the Buddhist stuff is that they're obviously, paralleling Adric and Nissa in the opening scene, but they're also, saying, "Oh, you don't exist." They're also facets of Buddhist mythology. And how I took it was this is kind of just Tegan having a bad dream, sort of an anxiety nightmare, if you will.
It's also
about
clever
itself.
because dreams have a lot of basis in what we see around us.
Yeah.
So Tegan will see
exactly.
that game of drafts or that game of checkers, and it may have influenced her dream.
I mean, dreams are just like a jumble of your interior thoughts. Your id, if you
I
will.
apologize for this, but dreams are mirrors of real life situations.
I mean, why would you apologize when that's correct?
Because now he won't shut up.
He cheered so hard it peaked the microphone. I didn't hear the rest of that, but
He's still going.
it did it again.
Okay.
I love the fact you did it twice, and it still peaked. But
I'm good. I'm good. But yeah. This is real interesting stuff. Like, I mean, admittedly, the three of us don't know jack about Buddhist mythology.
I know a little bit, but not a.
I know very little. I'm not going
But
to.
I mean, the writer, the writer has said that that's an inspiration. So I'm going to take it on good faith.
The
that they know
writers
what
Oh,
they're
just
also
talking
wait
regretted
until you
it.
hear about the third guy.
The writer also regretted it because
about. Did he?
he kind of, likened it to, well, there's a story about Japanese characters. One of them's called Jesus Christ. So he kind of regretted using like Western characters with Buddhist names. But
You mean the fact that because this story we're going to discuss later, it mixes the Buddhism with Christian mythology, obviously,
Yes.
because snake, paradise.
Right.
and it's kind of interesting that he regrets that because
I get it. I get it. He said, "Oh, I could have been more respectful of the Buddhist culture."
mechanically he wrote a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, he understood what the names meant, and he decided to put things in that would represent those concepts. It's like he didn't just put them in because they're nice names.
Yeah.
He's trying to write a story about a culture and belief system that he was interested in, was fond of.
Before we
I
get to the third figure in the dream state, there's an important bit here where the Doctor demands to see the hostages. So Todd takes him down to the cell, and there are these two Kinder here, and they're just standing there doing nothing. And they have this symbol round their neck.
It's just like a it's sort of a necklace that they obviously made.
It's a
for themselves.
caduceus. It's a caduceus.
No, a caduceus.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a double helix, but you know what it looks like? A caduceus.
Ah.
Yeah, he calls it a double helix, but it's a caduceus.
Yeah.
And what's a caduceus got?
2 snakes.
Oh.
It's almost like they
that's
planned it.
My God. And Todd also has the theory that the Kinda are telepathic.
And who is it that suggests that they've been rendered mute by the shock?
I don't remember.
I think it's
how
Todd.
I think it's Todd.
Probably.
That's her hypothesis that they can speak, but they've been rendered mute by shock.
Yeah, I think she is the only one who's there with him in that scene.
And speaking of, mixing in Christian mythology, there's this wonderful subversive bit where she calls Diva Loca paradise, and then she holds up an apple and she's like, "Oh, Hindle says that we're not allowed to eat fruit native to the planet, but the hell with Hindle." And she eats an apple and she tosses the Doctor one.
Oh my God! It's a woman offering an apple to a man. Oh my God!
A woman offering an apple to a man that they're not allowed to eat. Like, fuck.
I'm going to send Chris this story because she is a golf and she's going to go crazy.
He's a what?
The good kind of crazy.
No, but she's a what? You cut out.
She's a Christian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send her to this and say, "Hey, does any of this sound familiar?"
Well, I'm a lapsed Christian, but I'm a Christian.
I mean, yeah. So.
Yeah, but you don't count. 'Cause you're British.
Oh God. So.
Have you got a
why
gunshot?
don't we
Have you got a
talk-
gunshot on that soundboard? Because that's pretty much the equivalent of what you've just done to me there.
Hang on. I have something that would probably go well with this.
Shut up, bitch!
Yes, I agree with the Rock. You need to shut up.
Can we talk about the third guy in Tegan?
Oh, please, because this guy's great.
I
So-
know where you live.
You do actually.
I know. Oh wait, shit. Oh shit, Rain. She moved. Now we don't know where she lives.
Well, I do,
お前は
but
もう死んでいる。
Annie.
yeah, the third guy.
So if the two checkers playing Buddhist aspects were Adric and Nissa parallels, this guy I can only determine is a parallel to the Doctor.
The best character
So,
is entered.
Prez, would you like to hear something fun?
I would love to hear some.
So this guy's name is, again, apologies if I mispronounce this, Dukkha.
Mm-hmm.
He is the third mark of existence, which is suffering.
Oh.
And his name is also a play on the word doctor.
Yep.
Oh my God! This story is deep.
He is also the best character.
Oh,
He is pretty amazing.
I love this guy. He's not in it for very long, unfortunately, but I do love this trickster character.
Which also is really a personification of the antagonist of the story, the Mara.
He's very low key, both the Norse god and the Marvel character.
Speaking of which, anybody who hasn't yet, watch the Loki series. It's really good.
Particularly part 6. My goodness,
Holy crap.
Just
the
I haven't seen
ramifications.
that
for everything.
ending. Yeah, that's as far as I'm going. I don't want to spoil that for anybody, but
a frame of it. I haven't seen any of these Disney.
we'll sort that out
Marvel
later.
shows.
But anyway,
You will.
look, if you get me to watch Sympathy, I've got to do this in return.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
The difference is I'm not doing it to torture you. I'm doing it to make you watch good stuff.
Hey, now, Rain, I resent that. I'm not doing it to torture you. I'm doing it to make you watch good stuff and torture you.
Yes. I mean, you're torturing me with good stuff, but you're still torturing me. Anyway. So he's got a snake tattoo. As Duca.
Did the other two.
And he's
players
played by
from
an
the
actor
other-
that will go on to feature in The Bill.
Neat.
A long-running UK police drama. And I didn't recognise it because of all the heavy makeup, but it's Jeff Stewart. So,
Cool.
back to the base then. And Hindle has overheard the Doctor and Todd talking, and he catches her eating the apple. And
This is
he
what-
flips out.
It's funny because there's a line where Todd says, Hindle will have a fit if I tell you everything. And then she tells him everything, and Hindle hears it and comes in, and he gets angry.
And he has a fit.
There's also another Kinder shows up outside the window, and according to Todd, he's often there.
He'll come in later.
That's just the window washer. He turns up every day at exactly 12 o'clock.
Cleaning windows.
But it's,
It's a few seconds before 12 o'clock. Yeah! That is such a good visual gag.
speaking of gags, there's another great one where Hindle gets pissed off and he tells him to get out of the lab. And as the doctor's leaving, he tries to give the apple to Hindle. He's like, an apple a day keeps the. Never mind.
There is some good comedy in this story too. I mean, it's a serious story,
Yeah.
but there's also
So once Hindle's left alone, all of a sudden, oh no! The spirit of Tommy Wiseau possesses him!
You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
the spirit of Tommy was.
Because he trashes his fucking lab!
I know, I just
Oh
wasn't-
my god, I have to find a video for you guys. It is a video of Tommy Wiseau destroying his room, but they add point systems to it.
I've seen
So
that.
he
I've
racks
seen
up
that.
points as he destroys stuff.
I've seen that. It's very good.
That sounds like a good one.
Another thing we need to mention is that the plan of the expedition is to survive 6 more cycles and then go to the mothership and submit a report to colonize Devaloka.
Right.
Yeah. So this is just, colonialism was bad guys, wasn't it?
You guys want to know something funny?
What's that?
I found it on YouTube. I clicked it. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Tommy P. Wiseau.
Oh! Why'd you
Well,
do that?
This is good because I forgot that it's also based off of Overwatch, and yeah, we don't talk about
Why'd
Blizzard
you do that,
anymore.
Mr. Wiseau?
Oh,
You say Overwatch? Never mind, Mr. Wiseau, you did the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'll give Fresno a freebie here. Hey, Frez! When Hindle's finished
Hi.
smashing up the lab, what does he pick up?
Why, I believe it's a mirror!
Cat, hit the button.
Don't hit the button. We're saving the button. Well, do you have the regular button, Cat?
Of course.
Okay, hit the regular. Doctor Who mirror alert. Whoop 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 whoop.
The regular
We-
button.
we-
Now, I'm intrigued now and a little bit terrified as well.
Yeah.
But,
Again, I haven't heard it yet, Rainiac. So, yeah.
okay, so you've been plotting behind my back. Good to know.
He's been plotting behind both of our backs.
We'll
let's be
see
fair.
what he does with that mirror in a little bit because Colonel Sanders, God damn it, Mr. Sanders is leaving the dome. And unfortunately, Mr. Sanders has put Hindle in charge.
Yep.
This is where we get the ignorant savages line, so oof.
Oh, this is another. There's another stupid, weird, pretty arrogant line where he's like, "If the Kinder are so smart, why didn't they come and colonize us?"
Yeah.
QED,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah. Moving on. There's an interesting bit where Adric seems to get on Sanders' good side because he's examining the robot, the total survival suit. And he's like, well, this thing might have malfunctioned, and wouldn't that explain your crewmate's disappearance? And I think Sanders says, that's what we need here, some good solid logic. He seems to like Adric.
Yes.
So I think, I don't know when it would happen in the episode, but there's an anecdote that gets shared around a lot about this story that I feel we gotta repeat for posterity.
Please do.
So, the actors playing Adric and Sanders. Now, Sanders, you said, was a guy who won an Oscar?
No, he was nominated for an Oscar.
Nominated for an Oscar, well, either way, he was a big name actor, but he didn't have much experience with television. And so the story goes that he mentioned, I'm not really used to television. I got to figure out my character. And the story goes that a very young Matthew Waterhouse proceeded to try and give this legendary actor acting advice.
And it's not quite true.
But that's yeah.
I've heard of the anecdote, but actually he was making a joke.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Oh, good.
I'll just get the exact details from my notes here, but it's partly true, the story that he did say something, but he offhandedly remarked to Richard Todd that the secret of acting is to not look at the camera. He states in his autobiography, however, that he was actually poking fun at the scene he'd flubbed by looking into the camera a little while earlier. So context is important. He was actually poking fun at himself.
Okay.
And not the once legendary actor Richard Todd.
So good that we cleared that up, but
Yeah.
It's kind of mean to make fun of someone for some dumb bullshit they said 40 years ago.
I mean, better that than feeling up one of the female co-stars on the set.
Who did that?
Oh, come on, we talked about it.
Oh.
Colin Baker.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you were going to say so.
At least he apologized for that.
Yeah.
Unlike some people.
Yeah.
20 women.
20 women.
To close part one, first we get in the dream world, Duca, I hope I'm saying that right, mentions, oh, well, you can't wish. Tegan tries to be like, oh, it's only a dream. If I don't believe in you, well, I can wake up. And Duca's like, oh, you can't wish me away, and soon you'll agree to be me. And then he plays a fun little game where he makes another Tegan. It's a mirror of Tegan.
This is wild.
And it's like, oh, which one of you is the real Tegan, and which one of you is a fake Tegan?
Yeah, let's play a game. One of you is an illusion, and one of you is real. It's your job to find out which is which, and then he just walks off.
One of these things doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
So, the cliffhanger in reality, then. Well, first we get Hindle, and we see what he does with the mirror.
He scares two poor natives to death.
Well, not literally.
So do you know how people believe that cameras could capture people's souls?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a similar concept here. So he takes the mirror in his hand and he shines it into their faces, one at a time. And they believe, as is explained later on, that the mirror has captured their souls, so they obey Hindle now.
Mirrors can do that? Damn, I've been underrating these things.
Don't fret. Don't get any ideas.
He takes the Caduceus necklace off one of them and seems to be controlling them telepathically because he sits down on a chair and then they kneel down to either side of him, subservient.
All hail Emperor Hindle.
Pretty much. And then the cliffhanger is that...
oh, this is so good.
Sanders is about to leave. Todd's like, please don't put Hindle in charge. He's out of his tree. And so it's like nonsense. He needs a good dose of being in charge to put him right. So Hindle plays along for about 5 seconds. That you can depend on me, sir. Salutes him. Sanders walks off, goes off in the robot suit, and then Todd and Hindle get into an argument, and guns are pulled.
And then the Kinders walk out holding guns. And the cliffhanger is Simon Rest yelling, "I'm in charge! I have the power of life and death over all."
He delivers his line so well. And the music cuts out.
They showed it twice.
The music cuts out as well to really punctuate this dramatic moment. It's like, you forget I'm now in command. I have the power of life and death over all of you. I didn't do that justice, but
So this is the beginning of unhinged Hindle, shall we say, where the character is obviously suffering some sort of nervous breakdown.
I am unhinged Hindle. I am unhinged Hindle. I can't say that more than twice.
Due to God knows what sort of mental trauma, but the actor he fucking goes.
And I appreciate the fact he goes for it.
He's right out there. Like,
no beer makes Homer something.
He gets another moment in
crazy?
part 4 where
Don't mind if I do.
he really goes for it in part 4 as well. Yeah.
You can't avoid me.
No, I'm not ignoring you. Good Simpsons reference, but
beautiful.
I'm sorry, I was kind of trying to stifle the burp at the time, but so that's whole cliffhanger with the Kinder with the guns is not quite resolved just yet, because we then cut to the jungle, the mighty jungle. I've already made that joke. God damn it!
Yeah,
and
so we're in part 2 now, by the way.
Yeah, and Aris, that's the Kinder who was standing outside the camp, the window washer at exactly 12 o'clock. He runs up to these 2 female Kinder, an old woman and a younger girl, and the girl is Karuna, and the old woman is Panna.
Yep.
And I don't really like Panna that much.
Really?
Oh. I mean, she's interesting.
She's interesting, but I'll explain why she rubs me up the wrong way when we get to that scene.
Okay.
So Karuna is instructed by Panna to read Aris, and we find out that one of the captives in the colony base camp is his brother.
Which is why he was looking around the dome so much.
And then, do you remember how we brought up the whole Pocahontas Savages thing? Yeah.
Yes.
Panna is basically the natives' version of Sanders, kind of, because she's just as single-minded towards the other people as he is to the natives. She calls him the not we, they've got to go. She dismisses Aris as well, so she's kind of seeing him as beneath her, which he kind of is because of the way that Kinder society works. The females are on top. I wonder if that's an allegory for something. And
I can also say that this is also a name that has another meaning.
Which one?
Brutus. Panna.
Panna, yeah.
It means wisdom.
Ooh,
fits.
Yeah.
Does Karuna mean anything?
That's what I'm looking at right now, because some of these, they don't have that information. Yes, and then Karuna means compassion.
Yeah, that fits as well.
Nice.
That fits their characters.
That's nice. Okay.
And presumably
So again, at the very
Aris
least-
translates to gullible idiot. Because spoiler alert, he's a gullible idiot.
So, yeah. We're kind of jumping around a bit because the story kind of cuts back and forth.
I've just seen the next part of my notes, but we're in the cage now. The Doctor and Adric and Dr. Todd are in the cage.
Boy, what would be really helpful for when our time traveling hero is forcibly confined in some sort of place. It'd be really great for, say, getting the lock open from the inside to escape. You know what tool would be good for the job?
Oh, come on, Frez. He doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah, a sonic screwdriver, perhaps.
He had a laser
That
spanner.
sounds silly and overpowered.
He had a laser
Never
spanner
have
until
something
Emmeline
like that.
Pankhurst stole it, the cheeky cow.
Yeah.
That's a line from Series 3. I've not just made that up. That's his Smith and Jones. Seriously.
There's also some interesting business here where Adric is just fucking around with magic tricks with the Doctor.
Yeah, sleight of hand. And you know I like magic and I like sleight of hand, so this bit appealed to me.
This is very thematic. It gets resonated with about like 4 times over the story.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the classic trick of, oh, where's the coin?
Choose a hand.
Hand or is in that hand? And one hand, there's no coin. Other hand, oh, there's no coin. And then he reaches up and pulls the coin from behind the Doctor's ear.
It's very basic sleight of hand, but to people who haven't seen it before, it would blow their mind.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful video on Twitter of a cat being taught to do a sleight of hand magic trick. It's adorable.
Did the cat beat Penn and Teller and fool us?
Sadly not. Gilbert Godfrey beat Penn and Teller on Fool Us.
We don't talk about him anymore.
Oh, has he done a bad?
He's done a very bad.
Bad.
I'll go and burn my copy of The Land as we speak.
Do I need to tell you what he did?
Did he appear on a certain TV channel?
Yes.
You don't say anything more.
Oh no, it gets much worse.
So Hatsune Miku fooled Penn and Teller.
Yes.
This cat did not fool Penn and Teller, but basically...
I fooled Penn and Teller, though, so I'm a cat who fooled them.
His owner puts a coin on... He does like a trick where he puts the coin on his head and then puts it under the table. And then he puts the coin on the cat's paw. And after a couple of attempts, the cat flips it and puts it on the table, and he gets stroked for his efforts. It's adorable.
Good.
So that's sleight of hand, and it will play into the story. Also play into the story. Hindle dresses up his slaves.
They've gone full colonial. Abandoned ship.
Yeah. Can we not mention that they're...
Okay. He plays dress up with the slaves. Next scene. Sanders is approached by Penna and Karuna in his total survival suit. And Karuna's got this box. She had it when we first saw her, actually. This wooden box. And
we should probably mention that Penna and Karuna can actually speak to each other.
Yeah, they can speak. The males are mute.
Yeah.
Which, plays into the whole feminist society thing, like matriarchy.
Well, no, because there are women who are also seem to be...
Well, maybe they just don't speak, but they can speak.
Who knows? All we know is, for right now, Penna and Karuna are the only ones who...
That's true, yes. So they've got this wooden box, and Karuna doesn't want to present it to Sanders, but Penna forces her to do it, basically. Do as I say, I'm your mentor, etc., etc. And they give him the box.
They also mentioned that talking more of your matriarchal themes, only a woman can understand the box because it's dangerous for men.
Yeah. It's Red Sonja, basically.
Why is it so dangerous? Well, Sanders opens it and... Oh, shit! It's a digital 80s video effect! Look at it!
It harms men, you say? No. It harms men but leaves women alone? So it's just a MacGuffin from Red Sonja, then?
Deep cut.
You know what I mean, don't you? The giant purple gobstopper that jump cuts men out of existence.
I have no idea what you mean, but I believe you.
There's a big MacGuffin of power, but if men touch it, they instantly vanish out of existence.
I see.
So only women can handle it. Moving on. Yeah, the 80s video effect plays. We don't see how Sanders is affected yet. We will, but not yet.
Fact. Can I just mention a fun fact since you mentioned 80s video bullshit?
Yes.
There was a silly rumor floating around out in the ether of Doctor Who fandom that that Christopher Bailey was a pseudonym for Kate Bush.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever seen a Kate Bush video, you can see it.
It's very funny. Also, Tom Stoppard was said to have written this under a pseudonym.
God.
The famous playwright Tom Stoppard. He didn't.
Okay, then.
I feel sorry for the actual writer because they thought he was a pseudonym for Kate Bush. I
mean, I fucking love Kate Bush, so...
I know, but to to not think you were a real person, but a pseudonym for a celebrity? That's gotta hurt.
I guess. I mean, for him, but yeah.
Do you know how
people
many
know.
times I get mistaken for other people? It's a lot. And those are just regular old people, not celebrities.
Well, apart from Shania Twain.
Keeping the trope alive.
See, that wasn't a mistake. That was a revelation.
Of the Daleks.
No, screw you. I will come to your house and I will smack you.
I said revelation, not revolution. But,
Hey guys, how's
Don't
Hindle
give
doing?
him ideas.
How's Hindle doing here? Oh, he's talking about burning the jungle down.
this is interesting. So, in the cage, Adric's concerned about Tegan. The doctor's like, well, she'll be fine as long as she stays out of trouble. The two Kinder servants then open the cage and they take them up to see Hindle. And Hindle is going to attack and destroy God because he's distressed about the randomness of nature and plant life. And he thinks the plant life is going to attack the dome because clearly poison ivy's out there causing havoc.
God damn.
And how's he going to deal with this plant life? He's going to sterilize it with fire and acid.
Yeah. It's actually a little bit funny because he looks really tired. He's got like this heavy makeup on. He looks so tired. He almost looks like a zombie. So,
Yeah.
you know, the zombie versus the plants.
Oh,
That was a reach.
Or maybe the plants versus the zombie. Who knows?
cat hit the drum beat.
No.
Damn it.
Rain, put in that gif of the claymation monkey just sighing before doing the rolling his eyes and doing the rim shot. Like that.
Done and done.
Right as we could. Yeah. You know the one I mean.
Yeah, I've used it on this several times, but
The one from Pirates, yeah.
yeah.
Don't worry.
And Adric is going along with this insanity.
Well, first, I just want to say, don't worry about Hindle burning the jungle down. The trees will just grow right back up and absorb all the oxygen and shit.
Yeah,
I hate you all right now.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Cat did.
I know.
Imagine that in Cat's voice, but
I hate you all right now.
we don't have to imagine it because he says it almost weekly to us. But
Secondly, yeah, Adric. Adric is joining the villain side. Is kind of a thing that happens now and again with the Adric stories.
this is interesting. It's obvious it's a ploy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's obvious it's a ploy in this case, at least. Less obvious than some other stories, but this is an obvious ploy here, so they get better.
I think it's handled fairly well.
Yeah.
Wow, it's kind of funny. It's almost like the Doctor learned how to Adric.
But maybe this is why Adric was not very popular because he would pretend to join the villains. on
Again,
occasion.
he's just doing the same thing that the Doctor always does.
Yes, but he's not the Doctor. He's an annoying kid.
He's not annoying.
I know he's not annoying, but that's what the people think it is.
It's
But
the
I'm
same-
agreeing with you, damn it.
Oh, not again.
It's the same. It's the same thing as people who hate Clara, right? It's like, oh, the character's being like the Doctor, but we can't have that.
And then
What? A woman being the Doctor? How,
because I want to talk about the
crazy.
next dream sequence on its own, we'll get to the what happens with Adric. Yeah, it was a ploy because he says, "What's that on the screen there?" And there's nothing there, and he slips the key to the jail cell, which has been placed on the table, into his pocket. And then back in Void Town, Tegan is literally arguing with herself.
This is where I had like a big brain moment of my own.
I love this.
Because the whole thing with the two Tegans, you got to pick out which. Think of it this way: there are two Tegans. You don't know which one is real. She has to figure out which one is real, but it's a trick. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, it's Amy's choice.
No, not just that. Not just that. It's a goddamn parallel of the magic trick.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
kind of is.
Hit the little button, cat. Please. Doctor Who mirror alert. Whoop 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 whoop.
I'm getting concerned now. Is the big boat just going to cause me to literally explode?
No.
Like just live on
No.
air, nothing left.
No.
So I really like that. It's like trickery by Duca here. You called him a very Loki-like sort of character, and that's the sort of trick that's being played.
Well, the trickster god has, many parallels throughout mythologies. Hermes/Mercury, Loki.
And then shit gets even more fucked up because Duca's teasing them, and both of the Tegans are like, "Oh fuck! Don't think about there being more Tegans. Don't think about there being more Tegans. Don't think. Oh fuck! There are more Tegans."
They sort of they say names beginning with words beginning with W to try and distract us. Like, don't think of that. Think of anything but that. Whalebone. And then one of the Tegans says a word that's not even real.
I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. Shit, all I have in my mind is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh shit! It's Mr. Blobby. Look out, Tegan.
2 recordings. 2 straight recordings. You bring that up.
I mean, how could we not? It's pretty much the same thing.
Look,
But also,
think
you know,
about
you only have to see Mr. Blobby when you wish to on YouTube. I'd see Mr. Blobby when I was growing up.
Well, that's your own problem.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But
Duca is basically like, "Oh, just kidding, Tegan," and he merges them all back into one Tegan.
and he plays another trick on her a little bit later on. But firstly, that sleight of hand thing's back because Adric goes to the jail cell with the 2. I don't want to keep calling them slaves. Kinder assistants.
Oh, just call them the 2 Kinda.
The 2 Kinder. And so it's like, Hindel's got the right idea, Doctor, and you can't
His
see his
guards.
vision. And then he holds his hands up and says, "So choose."
Ah.
And Hindle is
Yeah.
watching all this from a monitor. And this almost works because obviously the key is in one of the hands. And he does given that I'm writing a book about guys that use magical techniques and all that, he does a French drop into the Doctor's palm with a key.
Hey.
He loads the Doctor's hand with the key. And
And
then
it's just unfortunate that
Hindle sees it, and Todd is there behind to try and get the key away. So he's like, "Show me your hand." See nothing. Your other hand. So he just tries to drop it, but unfortunately she is caught.
Whoops.
So it was a good effort, but ultimately it didn't work out.
You know what I would have done if I was Adric? I would have put it under the bowl that he gives to them of food.
Yeah. But that wouldn't have fit the whole sleight of hand thing, would it?
Yeah, I know, but still. It's like,
So-
obviously we need them to stay trapped.
And it's not the last sleight of hand we'll see, amazingly. But,
So back in Dreamland,
this is evil.
this is wild. Duca is basically saying, "Oh, I want to." He comes out with, "Oh, I want to borrow your form just for a little bit, Tegan, but you've got to agree, of course."
Might only be a few
And
minutes.
And Tegan's like, "Leave me alone if you insist."
This is wicked.
And he fades away, and then Tegan fades away, and it's just like 80s video effect outlines, like, "Oh, hi, we're sending."
I mean, to be fair, it looks good.
He literally leaves her alone.
Yeah. And
of course
eventually after a little bit of this nothingness of existence, Tegan's like, "Okay, I agree, fine."
And I can't say I blame
And
her.
then, yeah. And so Duca has her take his hand, and his snake tattoo jumps onto Tegan's arm, and Tegan wakes up as the Mara.
Yeah, so
dun,
I
dun.
said when we did a Snake Dance review that I loved evil Janet Fielding. Janet Field is evil acting. And she doesn't get to do much of it here, unfortunately. But
This
the
is
bit
good.
she does get to do is really good.
Yeah.
You can tell immediately when she wakes up, she's got the sadistic grin on her face. She's totally evil.
She looks like she smeared too much lipstick on her face and gums.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess the red mouth thing is like evil.
But either way, she is evil Tegan. She is evil Tegan.
Oh, and Janet Fielding is just reveling here. She's stretching. She's like,
It's often said that actors love it when they get to play an evil version of themselves. Because they can just go for it.
Well, yeah, because when you have to play as a good person, you have to sort of like stay within their lane. When you're bad, you can do whatever.
They can just take off the safety brakes and just cut loose.
So evil Mara Tegan is not in this story as much as she was in Snake Dance, but she makes an impact.
She still
Oh,
makes
yeah.
an impact, yes.
So
It's not
speak-
hard to see why they decided to bring that back.
Yeah. Speaking of impact, we get a whole bunch of Hindle stuff.
Oh my
Here.
god. So
Oh boy!
Hindle is upset with Adric for what he did. He's deciding what punishment to give him. And this could range from anything from a beating to shooting him.
He actually says it has to be painful.
The doctor tries to get him to banish him from the dome to, protect Adric. And while Hindle's still deciding on the punishment, Sanders returns.
Oh, we can't skip over that one part.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
do
can't skip
we have
over
to not skip over that one part?
we
The
have
part
to not.
the part where Hindle just sort of casually mentions he was beaten every day.
I was trying to skim over that, but yes, he was. I was beaten every day. It didn't do me any harm. Well, that's
Put that in.
yeah.
That's
Me
Yeah.
right now. But
big oof.
yeah.
I mean, it's easy to see why he went so paranoid.
Well, he also has
had
a
a
storyline
yeah.
reason is that the Mara, but they don't explain that till part 4.
Oh, I don't see this Mara having anything to do with him. I just see it as a nervous breakdown.
I thought they said the Mara
Yeah,
affected
that's-
him, but anyway,
I don't think so.
maybe they did,
Anyway,
maybe they
I mean,
didn't.
I don't think it was.
Sanders
him.
is coming back, and then Hindle has a real fucking freak out. He's like, no, make him go away. Mommy, make him go away.
And when Sanders gets to the base, he's completely changed.
Interesting.
Got all the colonial bluster has left him. He's smiling. He's childlike, essentially.
And he also has this box, and he's like, hey, Hindle, I got a present for you. Why don't you open it?
And Hindle won't
Oh.
open it.
I don't want to open it. Fuck
He's
that.
like, nah,
And
nah,
you know
nah.
how we had a reference to the garden, that a female tempting the doctor with an apple?
Yeah.
Well, what do we have next, Rain?
We have a full-blown allegory of the Garden of Eden.
Why, so
So-
Aris shows up around the wind chimes, and there's Tegan, possessed by a literal snake deity, throwing apples down at him from a tree.
Yeah. Tegan is the
Wow.
serpent of the Garden of Eden.
And she's...
Also, just because I have to. Ding.
So Aris gets tempted by a snake.
Yeah,
Lady.
Tegan actually introduces herself to him as the Mara and says that she can free his brother from the dome.
All you gotta do is take my hand.
And Aris, can't speak, but he sort of silently submits to what she's saying. And I think he puts his hand out, and then she grabs his hand, and we have a bit of a tattoo transfer.
Dang.
Ares is screaming.
Yeah. So he
And
can
this
speak
leads
now.
This leads us to our part 2 cliffhanger. It's Hindle, the Doctor, and Todd locked back up in that cage with the box. And Hindle comes
Sanders,
down to
the Doctor and Todd are in the.
Sanders,
Sanders is in
sorry.
there too, yes.
Yeah, Sanders, not Hindle. Hindle's on the monitor, and he's basically like, Doctor, open up the box. No, it might be dangerous. Do it or I'll have you shot! And the cliffhanger is him opening the box, and Todd's like, no, don't do it, no! Ah!
Yeah, Neris Hughes lets out a big scream,
What? Yeah.
which is funny
That's
when we
great.
resolve part 3. Resolve it in part 3 and find out what it is. And then we get the revelation of what's in the box to start part 3, and it's a puppet.
Let's see what's in the box.
It's a puppet!
It's literally a Jack in the Box.
Yes! Yes!
Nothing. Absolutely.
I mean, you're
nothing.
literally correct. Because once the toy the Jack in the Box springs out, nothing is left behind. Or is there? It's kind of...
Oh, funny. Oh, what a good joke. Oh, wait, shit. Oh, no. The 80s video effects are coming. Oh, God.
It's kind of like that Pandora's box in a way.
Yeah.
Although that's
No, see,
hope left behind. This is like,
The problem is that there was something in the box.
yeah.
This.
Oh God.
Oh no! Video effect! No, I don't want to be in the video for Ashes to Ashes.
I don't know what you're talking about. All glory to the Hypnotoad. I'm sorry.
You know, that is such an old meme. At least it's not as old as the Candlejack one,
I-
though. I mean, that one was real.
Ah, Christ, we're old.
I'm sorry. I tuned out for a second there. What happened? I think there was a frog or something. But
Brainiac, do a barrel
I have no
roll.
idea. Hey, I had a weird experience. Don't ask. So how's where...
well, the box is opened and the 80s video effect happens. The lights start turning off. The cell door opens by itself.
Kendall's freaking out. Put the lights on.
So I guess the box triggered a power failure inside the base, and all three people in the cell see visions, and they see Panna,
Ooh.
they see Karuna, they see other Kinder, and they're all beckoning them to somewhere.
And as the doctor explains after this happened, the box linked them to the Kinder's telepathy, so
Yeah.
like a psychic link.
And Sanders, I'm not going to call him Paul Sanders, but Sanders is rendered completely shocked by this. Like he can't move, so they have to leave him behind. But Dr. Todd's like, here's our chance, let's get out of here, Doctor. So they leave they flee the dome. They leave the box behind.
Adric!
Yeah.
No time to get Adric, but you know. But yeah, and so Aris, meanwhile, is now taken over by the Mara. And even more biblical Christianity allegory, the first thing Aris does is get a bunch of greenery and cover up the snake tattoo.
It's even better than that. I think the greenery was on Tegan.
Oh my god!
Because Tegan, when she's found, we didn't mention it in part one, but when she's found by some of the Kinder, they put like a lei of leaves around her neck.
So that's where oh my
And
god.
I think, I'm not entirely sure, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think he takes the discarded lei and uses it to cover up the snake tattoo.
Oh, holy.
And
fuck.
doesn't do a great job because you can see the head of the snake on his arm.
Yeah, but
See,
I mean.
I was actually saving that moment to talk about it in a minute,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. Okay.
but it's okay. As
I
long
did.
as we
I did.
mention it,
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know.
So am I right then? He takes the lei and covers the arm.
no idea.
Okay.
Either way, you know, obvious
It's some greenery,
allegory to as soon as Adam and Eve ate the apple, they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta cover up our naughty bits."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
pretty much.
Lord was pissed.
So the weird
How
thing,
dare you.
you know how Adric was about to be punished by Hindle?
Uh-huh.
He's still working for him.
I mean, he can't get. He's sort of like a captive now. He can't get. He tries multiple times over the next two parts to get the fuck out of there and fails.
Yeah, he basically keeps asking Hindle to go for a walk, and he's denied every time.
Yeah.
He
So
wants
he's
to go
trying to
outside
get
and look
away.
for the doctor, but Hindle's not letting him. And then Hindle
I'm
has.
sorry. I have to do this. I have to do this. Come forth, Eris, and know my bidding. But instead, Eris came fifth, and he won Amara.
That's very similar to a joke by Benny Hill.
Oh, I'm sure it
And
is.
God said, Isaiah come fourth, and Isaiah came fifth and lost the human race. So yeah, that blasphemy aside,
So the doc. And then,
Oh, I'm already going to
Here's a
hell.
quick cut.
Hindle's having a real one because he's planning to enact some sort of emergency countermeasure 5B or something.
Oh, what's emergency measure 5B? Oh, just rigging the dome with explosives.
That's revealed
Blow
later
shit
on,
up.
but yes.
Just blow shit up.
Because
Why not?
he's terrified of the threat outside. There's no threat, but well, he's not yet.
He's paranoid. He's
Well, not
paranoid,
yet.
and his mind's broken.
He thinks he's paranoid and complicated.
Yeah. And so the doctor and I want to talk about this little quick scene because it's I wrote this down. So the Doctor and Todd don't know which way to go, and the Doctor decides to flip a coin. What is this, Warrior's Gate?
And also, playing into the whole matriarchy thing, Todd just overrules the coin toss.
He's just like, he's like, heads, we go this way. Todd walks the
Tails
other way.
just walks off. And she's
Tails
right,
is-
because she actually gets them to where they need to go.
Yeah.
And then the second best character enters the story.
Oh, God. The Kinder Jester?
I love this man.
Okay, you take point.
Okay, so they're surrounded by a group of Kinder, but they're not aggressive towards them. And then this slightly different looking Kinder, as you say, he's a witch doctor or a jester. I first thought he was a witch doctor because he got like that mask on that we saw Sanders had. But he takes the mask off and he's actually a jester. And the jester is obviously quite a universal figure in many mythologies. And Todd says, his role is to diffuse conflict through ridicule. And this jester tries to diffuse a conflict through ridicule. Not that there's much of a conflict. And he's throwing himself around and just being a general goof. And the Kinder are applauding him as he does it. And then it's like, okay, well now it's your turn. Because they can't speak, can they, the Kinder?
No.
But they sort of signal to the Doctor, right, what have you got now? It's your turn. And the Doctor's like, oh, what can I do? And they say, oh, wait a minute. And he takes the coin out that Adric gave him from earlier.
Time for the trick again.
And he does the whole sleight of hand trick again. And the Kinder love it.
They're clapping. And Todd's like, oh, I guess it's your turn. Doctor's like, I guess it's your turn now, Todd. But before she can do that...
Aris.
Hi, Eris. Look out, Sephiroth's right above you.
Peace was never an option.
Shall I give you despair? Hi, Blaze. Hope you enjoy that.
I love that. The Sephiroth Smash video is amazing from start to finish. But the bit where he impales Mario on his sword, and then as Cloud attacks him, Mario just gets flung into the ether.
Oh, is that what you were thinking of? I was thinking of this.
No, I know what you were thinking of. Yeah, because we've used that before as well. But hi, Mike.
I love it. Hi, Mike.
Hope you don't have nightmares tonight. But
Oh, you're definitely gonna have nightmares tonight. Oh,
If
man.
you have... Just listen, Mike. If you have nightmares, whatever you do, don't agree to anything they say, or else you'll wake up with a snake on your arm and you'll be like... Much
so
like
Aris
in this scene.
is taking control of the tribe, or trying to.
Because it just so happens there's a convenient Kinder prophecy about a man who has voice rising up and leading the Kinder.
Oh dear God!
Which-
This is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Now,
Yeah.
well, I mean, Christianity thing, is this supposed to be Jesus?
I
Is
don't
this supposed-
know.
Is he supposed to be like a false prophet?
I never thought of that, but as long as it's not
Well,
supposed to be
seeing
David
as we
Icke.
don't get an actual leader figure for this, thanks.
Anyway, all the Kinder are sort of going along with this prophecy. A part of that is from Karuna, who's also there. She wanders
She's
into
like-
the scene, and she says, no, I must take them to the wise woman being Panna. And as she takes them, Aris yells at them to stop, and then tells his people to stop them. So he's kind of like Moses rather than Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
No, even then, it's just, no.
I know, but the implication of that is kind of uncomfortable for me.
I don't know what's going on there. Maybe there isn't a Christian.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe
Allegory
this is
going on.
not an
Back in the
allegory
Thunderdome,
here,
Hindle and Senders
parallels.
have reached an accord of sorts. They're going to blow themselves up as a defense measure.
Yay.
Kids, it's 1982. Mutually assured destruction.
Yay.
Maybe I blew my wad a bit too early there. We'll wait till the cliffhanger to part 3.
And oh god, yes we will. And we get to we get a bit of expansion of the lore of the Kinder, what they're all about. And yeah, Karuna's got 7 fathers. You know.
Yeah.
And one of them's Aris.
Well, seeing Seeing as there's a lot more men than there are to women, that may be literal.
Yeah, it might.
Who knows?
But they don't have access to DNA testing to see exactly which of the partners would be her fathers. So, hey, why not 7 fathers?
And she finds the idea that the not we as they're called. And again, I apologize, but they are referred to as the not we. Panna calls them the not we. Aris calls them the not we. I think even only Karuna doesn't, and she might even later on as well. But all the Kindred that talk refer to them as the not we, because the other, savages, etc., etc. While that's going on, then, and they're taking her to Panna, Adric does not want to participate in Hindel's silly games.
Because he's literally doing some silly games. In this case, he's building a city out of boxes.
Yeah.
Sanders is all for it, though.
Yes, he is, because he's been regressed to a child, basically, at this point.
Yeah, they pretty much both are.
But he's like,
the
well,
idea is that
I'll play
Hindle
with
is
you, and he
so-
won't. It's like, will you? Yes,
I
of course
was
I will.
saying something.
I'm in charge of it, aren't I? Of course you are. Even as a child, though, Sanders is trying to talk Hindle down in certain ways. He may not realise he's doing it. Anyway, now the bit that I don't like about Panna.
Anyways, I'm going to say what I was saying before I got
please say it,
rudely
please say it.
interrupted. I was going to say the reason that Hindle wants to destroy the dome in the first place is just because he has this childlike need to ensure their safety. So he thought, well, the only way I can keep everybody safe is by killing everybody.
Yeah,
Is that familiar?
completely
to
normal.
Anybody in this call?
Ooh.
Maybe a little something starts with a D.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking
Has my
about.
favorite girl in it.
There's a what in it? Sorry.
That's my favorite girl in it. Called Danganronpa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh God.
So he's pretty much Nagato.
Oh God. He
Local
is.
man.
He is.
Local man ruins everything.
He is. Gundam Tanaka
I
deserve
love it.
better.
She lied.
Why don't we talk about Panna?
Yeah, so you probably figured this out if you watched this, but Panna is completely blind.
You...
That's not what I dislike about her. That's an interesting character trait. The blind elder who commands the tribe. Again, it's a standard trope.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when she's introduced to Todd and the Doctor. And she seems to welcome Todd because she's a woman, but just dismisses the Doctor as an idiot.
See,
And-
the thing is here, it's like she's puzzled because Todd's there, but also she's like, wait, there's a man here, but we opened the box of Jana, as it's called.
Yeah, so was he an idiot?
So no man can survive opening the box without going crazy. So are you an idiot? And the Doctor's like, well, I guess I must
But
be.
the real reason
I'm
I
not
took
an
it,
idiot.
it's not his idiocy that did it. It's the fact he's a Time Lord.
I still love the fact that she doesn't care about his name or him in general. She just calls him the idiot.
Yeah, I know. But
I love it.
It's great.
and the box is named as the box of Jana. I'm sure that means something in Buddhist mythology as well. But whatever the reason, the idiot is not affected by this box, other than seeing the visions. Adric again tries to get away from Hindle, but he's denied. He goes anyway. Eventually, he's just like, to hell with this. I'm gonna go and find them anyway. And then we get the whole prophecy thing.
This is very mystical Gonzo.
The wheel turns and turns again.
History begins and ends and begins.
Yeah,
The
all
wheel turns, civilization rises and falls.
mystical mumbo jumbo.
Very
Mumbo jumbo.
prophetic. Very prophetic.
Fun
Mystical.
fact
Hmm?
about the word jhana.
Yeah.
It's actually Islamic for paradise or garden.
God almighty, they were on point with this story, weren't they?
Holy shit,
Whoa.
Bailey.
The Garden of Eden, where Adam and Hawa dwelt, is also called Jhana.
Oh my
and
god.
they even refer to Deviloka as paradise several times.
Mother of God. So we're talking with Pana in the cave about history and destiny. And then Eris and the other Kinda show up, and Eris wants to kill the others.
Panna's trying to show something to Todd to get her to leave the planet.
Mhm.
Because, the not we thing again. I don't want to keep bringing it up. But yeah, Eris interrupts the ceremony. And Karuna, against Panna's wishes, tries to read all the minds of the Kinda. And the effort actually hurts her. And she goes along...
Oh, it doesn't just hurt her.
No, that's
She also gets a single word out of it.
Obedience.
Obedience.
All she senses is obedience from every single
Obedience.
Kinda.
And then she gets
Obedience.
sucked in along with it.
She tries to fight it, but she can't fight it for very long because she's the acolyte, she's the disciple, she's not the master yet. I don't mean Delgado.
Eh! No, you mean Gomez.
That
Well, no, it's okay because later she escapes.
she does. God. Oh God! So Karina is either a Clara Splinter or Missy. Wonderful.
Ah, you're welcome.
And so Eris and Co waltz off and it's like, ha ha ha.
We're gonna attack the dome.
And,
Ha 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 ha.
And Pan's like, it's not gonna end in their death, you idiot snake. It'll end in chaos and despair. Oh shit, it really is.
And that's what the Mara wants. So the time is running out here. So Panna tries to do the ritual again, without Karuna.
And manages to succeed. Hey, Dr. Todd, why don't you walk through this green screen?
Yay!
She conjures up a portal.
This is just like a shared vision.
And
thing
also,
again.
she mentions the Mara when I think is it Todd or the Doctor says that that there's a mark on Eris's arm of the snake.
It's the
Yeah.
doctor who
Yeah,
says it.
because he's familiar with the legend as well.
Yeah.
And she seems to she still calls him an idiot a couple of times, but she seems to soften to him at this point a little bit. So she creates this portal and implores the two of them to pass through it, and they pass through it into the void.
And it's an interesting little thing that they see.
Oh, good God! So
Specifically, what they see is a circle of Kinda with the Jester in the middle, and then around all the Kinda are all these different kinds of timekeeping devices. Like there's a old-fashioned alarm clock, like the one in Groundhog Day, anything like that. And they're all slowly counting down. And as they do that, the Jester's dancing around, dancing, and then he flops over.
Well, they're counting up actually.
yeah,
Are they?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were counting down.
Well. There's a hourglass that's going down, and there's a sundial, but the digital clocks and stuff are counting up. Specifically, they're just a few minutes past 12. It's
So
the
what
doomsday
you're
clock.
saying is they're counting down to 12. Until 12.
Counting up.
Counting up to
They're
12.
counting up.
They're counting up to 12.
Counting up. Yeah.
But
I will smack you.
the Jester hurts himself in the vision, and like, what can we do? We can't help him. We've
So
got to try.
this-
There's evil laughter. There's Panna there in ceremonial dress that she doesn't wear for the rest of the serial. It's wild.
It's obviously like mutually assured destruction, the doomsday clock.
And then
know,
all the
Cold War
clocks strike
bullshit.
12. Not
Everything
13, because
goes wrong.
this is not 1984. And they're back in Deviloka.
Yay!
And our cliffhanger is, oh, Panna, that was some wild stuff happening. Oh, no, you're dead.
I'm done.
Oh well.
And she's still in the same position as she was when she opened the portal. Panna is dead! Oh, no! Anyway,
This is where we get an interesting little tidbit of this. Is that the way that they resolve this cliffhanger is that Karuna, while walking with all the other Kinda to go destroy the dome, sort of stops, has this sort of little brief moment, and then she turns around and goes right back.
He escaped.
And once she escaped. Once she gets there, she goes over to Panna's body, takes the staff, and, the doctor's like, I'm so sorry, she's dead. And Karuna just sort of turns to the doctor and says, what do you mean I'm dead? I'm right here.
Right here, you idiot.
you idiot. Yeah.
Somehow, Panna has transferred over to Karuna, which is really horrible when you think about it.
Horrible? Well, I guess if you look at it one way, another way, it's like their shared experience. I guess I don't think like
It's
I
still
don't
the
think
fact that it's just the fact that Karuna basically ceases to exist from this point. Like maybe she's still inside of her own
No,
body,
no,
but
Karuna does
we
not cease
never
to
see
exist.
her again.
She's both Karuna and Panna now.
Yeah, and that seems really cruel to me
There
because
is
it's like
a
she's not a
comparison with
person.
another piece of media, and this might be a spoiler. How
Mhm.
far did you get into Ruby?
The online TV series
Yeah,
by Rooster Teeth.
RWBY.
Six series in.
Okay, so you've seen this bit.
I got to a party.
Oh, I know who you're going to talk about. Okay.
I'm just gonna say one word and leave it at that. Oscar.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, yeah. It is a lot like that.
You know what? I'll just go ask my brother. He's like fully into the
Him.
whole Ruby thing.
Yeah.
He'll
Him.
know.
But
I
yeah,
barely
it's
know
a
who that
similar
is.
thing to Panna and Karuna here.
Yeah. That is on point, actually. Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of when I saw this transfer of knowledge and psyche, or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. And we get more lore about the Mara. It resides inside the dark places of the inside, which is a cool name.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it's just the unconscious, the
And it
part
can
of
only
your
be reached by
mind,
the dreaming of an unshared mind,
Ooh,
which just happens to be
ooh.
Tegan.
And Doctor's just like, oh, of course, Tegan.
At this point, Adric has finally managed to get away from Hindle because he's too fixated on his cardboard city with the cutout people that he's made.
He's really just regressed back to a child at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also the Kinda, this is pretty interesting what they're up to. They're cargo culting.
The what?
I assume y'all know what that phrase means.
No.
Okay, so I'm paraphrasing here off of memory, so you can look this up later. But back in World War II, like when there were airplanes refueling and getting supplies on like islands with native people who had never encountered an airplane before, their culture would shift, and so they would try to build like shitty runways to try and make the planes come back to drop the cargo. And so that's called cargo culting. Colonialism and high technology fucking with the culture of native people.
Yeah, I get you.
And that's sort of what is happening here is that the Kinda are trying to build their own survival suit robot thing out of sticks so that Aris can get in and fight the other machine.
It's an interesting idea, yes.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing here. That's what I feel is going on.
We also
It's
finally
Albert
see
Turtle.
Tegan again, or the group finally see Tegan again. She's still unconscious underneath the wind chimes.
In fact, I think she spent the entirety of episode 3 asleep.
Yeah, you don't see her at all.
Miss also not appearing in this episode.
But she was negotiating her
He's-
contract.
Yeah.
But she's been asleep for 2 days, 2 whole days.
So the doctor finally wakes her up, and and as getting her to explain what she dreamed about, it's like, she's like, Doctor, I don't want to tell you about my dream. Tegan, this is fucking important.
Yeah, so she's about to relay the details of her dreams to the doctor. But before she can do that, the cargo cult is visited by the actual total survival suit.
Driven
is
by
wild.
Adric.
And here is
Yeah.
this is the funniest thing. I'm sorry, but
Uh,
he's inside the suit, and Adric's inside the suit. He's finding it hard to control because he's a child for all of his genius. And as Tika's relaying the contents of the dream, Aris is screaming at his troops well, they're not troops, but screaming at his people to attack the suit. And the jester is the first line of defense.
oh my god.
So there's just something inherently funny. The jester is just flinging himself about while a robot goes out of control.
Yeah.
It's really funny to me. I'm sorry.
So the suit starts shooting, and like part of the twig cage that's the Kinda survival suit cargo
He
cult
wounds
thing.
Eris, but by mistake.
Yeah.
And the
Also,
Kinder
the
will
thing
book
catches
it
on
because,
fire.
you know, that's a good idea.
Yeah. It's like the suit is controlled by mental abilities.
Yeah.
So because Adric was so afraid of the Kinda, the suit reacted to that and started shooting.
So the doctor comes in and tries to calm him down out of it all, and get him free of it. But now they have to
This
go
is
into the
where this is where I think that they messed up a little bit and would have been maybe kind of cool.
Oh.
So they're standing in front of Eris at this point, and the doctor's like, you know, trying to calm down Adric and say, it's controlled by your mind, your fear is controlling it. Adric gets out, they sort of stand to the side and talk, and in the background you can see Eris run away behind them. I thought he was going to get out and get immediately into the TSS.
Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
something.
but
Right?
then you couldn't have the moment that happens, the big ending.
Oh, I know, but it's like, I thought that's what they were going to do, and then have like a stop or something.
Because if you put him inside the suit, he'd just be able to break out of the trap.
Yeah.
I would
Again,
think.
Again, I thought they were just going to do it and it'd be like a small thing. Like, oh
Yeah,
no, he's got a hold
it
of
would have
the
been kind of
TSS.
cool, but they didn't think of it.
Yeah.
So the doctor and Hadrick. It's the doctor and Todd, at least. I don't know if
The
Adric
Doctor and
comes in,
Todd,
but
while
so-
Adric and Tegan are left behind.
Oh yeah, Doctor and Todd. Yeah. Adric and
Tegan is told
are
to
left
to
behind.
look after Adric because he's gone through a bit of mental trauma, and he has, in fairness, but not as much as Tegan.
Which we're gonna come to later.
We are.
The Doctor and
So
Todd
they
come into the
run
room.
back
and-
into the dome to stop Hindle, and Sanders is like, "Look what we've made! We're so proud of this." And then Hindle bursts out of a cardboard box
like boo!
like he was
It-
coming out of a
also-
wedding cake or a birthday cake.
Also, hey, that's mirroring of the opening of the story where Hindle
Yeah.
spooked
And
Sanders spooked Hindle.
Hindle's like, "You've ruined my surprise, haven't you, Sanders?" So he's disappointed about that. And
To be
then-
fair, he did actually ruin the surprise a little bit.
He did a little
pointed
bit.
the Doctor
He hinted.
and Todd to the.
He hinted,
Yeah.
but
So there's some more just great unhinged acting from Simon Rouse
yeah,
here.
let's do all the Simon Rouse bits first. So
Efficiency, 100%, 1,000%, a billion, million, trillion %.
yeah,
He also offhandedly mentions, "Oh, the Kinda, I controlled them using this mirror. They believed I stole their souls. Isn't that silly?" And then we get one of the best bits of
my
just
God, this
going for it
acting.
acting. So the Doctor accidentally steps on one of their little cardboard people and rips it
Oh
and
no.
holds it up. Sanders is like, "Oh, it's easily mended. A drop of glue. Don't be silly. You can't mend people, can you?"
which is a great line, but also kind of ties into his madness.
Yeah.
You can't
I'm
mend
fucked
people.
up. You can't mend people. I'm fucked up.
That's got some interesting connotations.
Which we'll deal with. Yeah.
And then, well, actually, no, we won't go to that just yet, because we have some filler. We have some literal filler.
Oh, this shit.
So actually, they kind of made a mistake with their production allocation of time, and for some reason, episode 3 overran slightly, and that meant that episode 4 was running under time,
Right.
and they couldn't move scenes from episode 3 because it didn't make any sense. So they ended up making more footage specifically just to pad the episode.
I assume it's the Adric Tegan stuff they added in,
One is the Adric Tegan stuff that they added in,
which is no.
and I can sum that up for basically this: Tegan, wait to see what the Doctor does. Adric, I want to go and help now. Tegan, wait and see what the Doctor does.
But also, like the way they bicker.
Mummy, I want it now.
Also, the way they bicker and shit. Adric is like, "Oh, well, this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't fallen asleep like a dumbass."
Yeah, yeah.
King is like, "I'm sorry. Who's the dumbass who just a second ago was out of control in a fucking robot? Don't talk to me
They're
about
siblings.
controlling."
They're
Yeah.
siblings.
They wrote both scenes to take place in the airlock because that was the easiest set they still had available.
The kids is arguing. So help me God, if you kids don't mash up, you're not going to McDonald's tonight.
Did So that's the thing that happens, and then we get
I swear we'll turn this serial around.
a scramble for the detonator. Hindle goes to press the button and blow everyone up from the Kinder holding it. The Doctor grabs him to stop him. They fight. They fall into the Cobalt City, utterly destroying it.
Also destroying the mirror.
No.
Yeah.
That's 7 years bad luck.
And this snaps.
Put it in. Put it in.
And this snaps the two Kinder.
R.I.P. mirror. The P was for pie.
What?
All right. Just for you, Fred,
What?
because there was a mirror who died. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you for cutting that off at 2 bars, but yeah. So that they don't really factor into the story for the rest of it. Seriously, even one of them's Zaris's brother. I don't think they're reunited on camera.
Nope.
And then we get the
No.
the big scene building up. So after I've just blamed Tegan for everything called a week, because that's a yikes moment, the Doctor is
Macaroni.
discussing things with Todd and Tegan and Adric. And the Doctor has a revelation. And funnily enough, it involves the mirror.
Wait. We skipped over a big
Yeah,
bit.
you skipped up something important.
We did?
Yeah,
Yes, the box.
Hindle. And the box.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Todd tricks Hindle into opening the box of Jana.
Yeah, he's got the detonator. He's about to blow shit up, and she's like, "Hey, I've got this box. You want this box? Okay. But you got to promise not to open it, okay? Okay."
It's reverse psychology again.
So I have
like-
a theory about this.
Uh-huh.
So in the beginning of episode 2 or so, whenever Panna gives Sanders the box, he opens it up and the implication is that he goes crazy, right? That's what the box does to people, is that it's essentially a healing device, and it turns you crazy if your mind is, already put together.
Or you're a man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So it drives Sanders crazy, and then later on it helps put back together Hindle's mind, right?
Yep.
I think that, this is my theory, I think that during the scene where they open the box inside of the cage, that's when Sanders' mind comes back to him. And so the entire time that he's with Hindle, this is his attempt in order to stop Hindle from, going too insane, sort of playing along with him, trying to see if there's something that he could do to
That's
help.
an interesting take. So you're saying the childlike thing was all an act? After that point?
Interesting.
Yes, because we never actually see Sanders come back from that.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We see Hindle get the face thing.
But they said that
we
he's
never
returned to
see
normal.
Sanders.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. At the end of the story here, they're both back to normal. But yeah, I got you. I can buy it.
Yeah,
I can buy it.
it's like Sanders has a new lease on things where he's a little kinder, I believe, or at least that's how I feel.
Yeah,
he
even after
acted in the end.
he's snapped out of it, he is not the same man he was.
Yeah,
He seems to have
So
learned from his experience.
I really think that the box broke his mind and then reassembled it in the cage. So then, during the time he was with Hindle, he was trying to sort of, keep him calm and everything. Because, as they mentioned before, which I don't think we mentioned, the mothership is actually 6 seasons still before it's going to come
6
back.
cycles away, yeah.
They said seasons.
Okay.
So they're basically stuck there with an insane guy doing who knows what.
Like
So that's
The
what I think
Shining.
he was doing.
Yeah. And then we
And
do
there's
get
one other thing. There's one other thing I
Oh.
need to mention because we weren't able to before. So when when the Doctor and Karuna find Tegan, Karuna mentions that she should not have fallen asleep there. Press, why should she have not fallen asleep there?
I don't know why.
Well, it's because apparently, if there is a single mind there, that gives the Mara a way to come out. As long as there's two joined minds there, the Mara can't come.
Yeah, the dreaming of an unshared mind, as she calls it.
So here's my question then. Why in the world did the Kinda leave her there alone?
Oh!
Good question.
Very good question.
Because surely, even if they didn't tell them why, surely Panna or Karuna told them, hey, if you go over here to sleep and dream, make sure that you have a partner. So they should have known that, Tegan was there alone. Don't just put a lay on her or anything.
Yeah?
Sit with her. Join your mind to her.
Interesting.
It's almost like they invited the Mara to do this. Like,
Ooh,
maybe
that's a take.
maybe the Mara influenced them or something.
Maybe.
But it's still weird that, they just left her there.
Who can say for sure?
We now do build up to the big moment.
Oh
Yes.
So Hindle, he opens the box, and the doctor later explains that the box of Jana is a Kinda healing device that helps bring the mind back into phase. So, him seeing the box, it obviously, it made him not so unhinged. It healed. So actually, he was wrong. You can mend people with an alien box that shoves an 80s video effect on.
Yes, if you two have a Deus Ex Machina to hand, you too can heal people.
Okay, let's...
Right, so the mirror is shattered, as we've already established. And it gives the Doctor an idea. If Hindle captured, thought the Kinda were tricked into thinking their souls have been captured by the mirror, what would happen if we did that same thing to the Mara?
Alright, and now Brainiac and I are going to step back because obviously this is Frez's wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
So evil can't face itself. That's what the Doctor says. The one thing evil can't face is itself. So, hey, the dome happens to have these reflective solar panels. Let's just get a shitload of them and build a little trap for Eris, which... They get it, the Kinda bring it out into the jungle, they make a nice big circle of mirrors, and Karuna finds Eris, and Eris chases her, and she runs away, and she leads him right into the circle. So, and then they're like, do it now! They shut the mirrors behind. Eris is just surrounded by mirrors, freaking the fuck out. And, well, evil can't face itself, so the Mara detaches itself from his arm, and now the actor is wrestling with a tiny rubber snake.
Yeah.
And so they pull Eris out after this, and the snake, it grows until... Look at the screen, kids. Look at the screen. Just if you're
Holy
watching,
rubber snake, Batman!
This is why I told you not to watch the special edition. Get that CGI shit out of here. This is
too good.
And now, Kat, Brainiac, darlings, everyone at home, I invite you to the... We can't just use the regular old Doctor Who mirror. Too much. We need the new and improved Doctor Who Mirror Alert. Behold! Doctor Who Mirror Alert. Doctor Who Mirror Alert. It kind of cut out for me. Did you hear?
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't.
I did. Did y'all hear it? Did you hear the whole thing?
I got the gist. But that is brilliant. Well done.
And behold, the new and improved Doctor Who Mirror Alert.
Is that the one we will be using from now on?
I mean, it's good.
It is good.
How dare you?
How dare I?
How dare you do this behind my back? No, I'm kidding. That is amazing. That caught me completely off guard.
Oh, beautiful.
Metroid. Had to be Metroid.
Oh, yeah.
I know you can't wait for Dread. I can't wait for Dread.
I can't wait. Yeah, hopefully it's a good game.
I have to play...
One can hope.
I have to play the other games before that comes out, but...
One can only hope.
Right.
Okay, so you've got that on your system. So, yeah.
just said to us?
Oh yeah.
Screen it!
Krista, I've got some news for you. I've also got some news for everybody else. Buy Back to the 11th Hour by her.
Yes. Do that. Available now on Amazon.com. But also, you're in the show.
I've just realised you'll hear the exact moments that I screen grabbed that.
Oh my gosh.
Because the Windows alert started playing. But
Oh, God Almighty!
if only Krista had put that in there while we were doing our other video. But more on that later.
Well, what do you mean more on that later? That one's coming out first, isn't it?
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So.
Right.
Have you been messing with my TARDIS again? I told you not
So the
to.
Mara's inside the circle of mirrors.
Oh,
Don't play the alert again. That's overkill.
Bam, 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 bam.
Ridley, why?
Play it again, you said.
Doctor Who Mirror Alert. Doctor Who Mirror Alert.
Of course, it didn't cut out that
you.
time. That time was fine.
Yeah, that
Okay,
sounds
perfect. Okay, I found out the reason why. That my input sensitivity was not catching it. So.
good. I see.
Brilliant.
Okay.
We then get a bit where Tegan seems to be affected by the Mara again,
Or freaked out by it.
and Dr. Whitley snaps around it, and I think this plays into Snake Dance
Yeah, this is obviously played.
that we've already reviewed.
Yeah. Go watch that podcast.
And the Mara, despite the fact it can clearly see over the top of the mirrors,
Don't you doubt the power of mirrors.
the power of the
I
mirrors is
think
too
we're
much for the
doubting power
Mara,
of mirrors.
and it vanishes and dissipates back into what the
The
hell's it
dark
called?
place of the inside.
The dark place of the inside. Thank you. Now,
Jeez.
just on the CGI adaptation for the DVD,
Uh-huh.
I will say one thing: the actual
Yeah.
CGI is actually rather good,
I mean, yeah, but
but it ruins the moment if the CGI plays instead of the rubber snake.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need the rubber snake.
The
That's like a
cheesiness of
classic
the effect is
Doctor
what
Who
makes
thing.
it work. That's the charm of it.
Yeah.
the charm of it is that it's a shit rubber snake. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Sometimes the story just has shit special effects.
You won't get this because you don't live in this country, but people in my country will. Phoenix Knight, Semi Snake.
Okay.
I'll try and find the clip for you later.
So
No, Sammy Snake, not Solid.
we get the ending of our story. Hindle and Sanders are back to normal, basically. Pretty refreshed given all this
Yay.
stuff. Hey, you know who we never saw in the story? The 3 colonists who went missing beforehand.
No, they're
What
dead.
happened to them?
They're dead.
Oh yeah, they're just kind of gone.
They're dead and gone.
So yeah, well, the colonists are abandoning the planet. They're saying, yeah, that we're not going to colonize this place. So good. Oh hey, look, Nissa woke up in time for the end of the story.
Yeah, she's recovered. She's
Yay.
recovered from what affected her. A contract negotiation.
It's like that. It's like that one joke from Restaurant at the End of the Universe, where they're in the restaurant and they're like waiting for a prophet, and the prophet shows up. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. What did I miss? And the universe ends. You know, I think you know.
There's a character like that in a Terry Pratchett Discworld novel as well.
Yeah, that sounds like.
The angel of the book with the convocation of EE. And that basically the apocalypse is about to happen, and then things are happening. He's having to try and rewrite the book as it goes along.
And that,
It's also
friends,
that bit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where it's like the writing on the wall and then someone goes.
And
"Ah!"
I'll never get the chance to say this again, possibly so, because given the whole deaths in the Fifth Doctor era, just as once Tegan, everybody lives.
except those 3 colonists.
Well, everybody that we see on the screen lived, because Aris will. The Mara's not dead. It's just banished. Aris will recover from his ordeal because they pulled him clear of the circle of mirrors as the Mara broke loose from him.
And then Karuna did the fusion dance.
Oh, yeah, Pan is dead technically.
Well, her body's dead.
but she
Well,
lives in
we
Karuna.
can't have everybody live because that injects too much hope into the whole thing and makes it so that it's unrealistic.
And
Just like Amy and Rory were.
oh god.
I am going to
Hindle
throw
recovered,
up.
Sanders recovered. The events will not be recorded in the manual. There's a cute little bit between them at the end of the story. Where it's like, we're obligated to put this all in the manual. I said, what manual? And he's actually trying to help Hindle because Hindle acted as an insubordinate.
See, that's why I honestly think that he was fine the entire time, because he saw what happened. It was like, this poor guy, he has gone out of his mind. Probably should have listened to Todd. So I'm just going to do whatever I can to help him. And then as soon as he's back to normal, he's like, you know what? I'm not going to put this on any record.
And Devil
You
Loco
had-
will
you
not
had
be
issues,
colonized,
it's
or
fine.
rather, Todd is going to recommend it's not going to be colonized, so it still might be colonized.
So that was Kinda, and who would like to share first?
You selected it. You go right ahead.
I fucking love this story. I don't know. I might like it more than Snake Dance. I'm not sure. They're both incredibly solid stories with just so much richness and depth to them. This one in particular, you've got the Buddhist mythology, the Christian mythology. Whether or not Bailey agrees it was right to mix those together, I mean, they're there and they add richness to the piece, I find. You've got the idea of the Mara, you've got the idea of mental health in general with Hindle, got some lovely concepts with Kinda, and you've got it all wrapped up in the greatest mirror-based climax a Doctor Who story could have. How can I not love this shit?
He's so happy.
I really wish more of the Davison era were like this. Stories like Kinda, Snake Dance, Terminus, Enlightenment, where it's all about these mystical gonzo concepts all mixed together with this rich tapestry of deeper meaning, rather than just, oh shit, it's the Doctor Who monster that scared me when I was 7 years old in 1968. But that latter is what I associate the Davison era with, sadly. And, well, I just wish there were more stories that are like this. If there were, I would like the Davison era a lot more than I do, but gotta give it points. It's one of the top contenders of the Davison era for me. Top 5 at the very least. So, I love it. It's good. I hope you two liked it. Let's hear if you did.
Kat, would you mind going before me?
No problem. So, I really enjoyed this as well. Obviously I'm not as hyped up about the whole mirror thing as Frez is, but it was an interesting story. It had some interesting concepts to it. Knowing that they treated the concepts of Buddhism so respectfully in a way that wasn't mocking is very good. I still like Adric. I still don't see why people don't like him. Maybe another story will change my mind. I don't know. Depends. But seeing this, after Snake Dance, I kind of have to agree with you, Frez. I do prefer this one to Snake Dance. Although Snake Dance does have Evil Tegan, and that's always going to be, like, top. Always. So, this is definitely one that I would definitely watch again. Then afterwards, I would watch Snake Dance with it, and, just have this nice, fun time. So thank you, Frez. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Rain.
And I'm also
And now
going
for
to
something
say...
completely different.
No. I also really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay, good.
I think that the acting from Simon Rouse is stellar as Hindle. It's just a shame that Neris Hughes was so confused by the script because it kind of bleeds into her performance. But the Mara is a great villain, despite the fact you don't see too much of it in this story. The ending with the rubber snake is an all-timer for me. I'm sorry, it just is. That should be what the show is all about. And I'm gonna forgive me here prematurely, but there was somebody in our Discord, I think it was, or maybe it was on Twitter. They said something about the Davison era that just resonated so perfectly with this story.
Oh.
And how a lot of Peter Davison's best stories are other character stories.
Ooh.
And this one's a Tegan story, along with Snake Dance.
Yeah.
Kaiser
I would say
Androzani.
not just Tegan, it's Tegan and Adric, because
Yeah.
Adric had a lot of bits in this.
Kaiser Androzani is predominantly Perry's story, and the Doctor just happens to be in it. the one we're not going to mention is Adric's story because of the sacrifice at the end.
Thank you.
That you see what I'm getting at, Vern? What this person was getting at? They focus a lot more on the other characters rather than the Doctor.
Right.
Davison's Doctor is almost
Well,
takes a
it's
back
too bad
seat.
that a certain somebody didn't learn from that.
And he works well taking a back seat actually to other characters. But yeah, no, I love this, and I love Snake Dance. You know I love Snake Dance. Can't decide if I like this one or Snake Dance better. Snake Dance might edge it because Janet Fielding gets more evil acting in Snake Dance.
Now I've got I Am Evil Tegan running through
Yeah,
my
thank
head
you.
constantly.
I'll take credit for that. And
Thanks, Rain.
you're welcome. And
What can
I love the
say
character of the
except you're welcome?
of the carnival guy in Snake Dance as well. But the Jester and Duca are great side characters in this one. I can't decide. I can't decide between them. They're both great. They're both great. And yeah, all right. The whole Christianity blending with Buddhism thing could be a bit awkward. Could be a bit of cultural appropriation if you believe in that sort of thing. But no,
I don't think you can culturally appropriate religion because there's no
I suppose you
real
can't really.
barrier to anybody joining a religion.
You're appropriating their culture of myth, aren't you? But apart from that,
Well, no, because it all has to do with religion, and religion is free and open to anybody who wants to participate in
that's
it.
a very good point. Okay, so it's not cultural appropriation. That's good
I
to
would
know.
say that it's possibly offensive to people who are part of the religion.
That's what
However,
I'm looking
it's
for.
up
Offensive
to them
to
to
religion.
determine if it's
Yeah.
offensive or not. to
Offensive
them.
to the people of that religion. That's exactly it. But no, it is.
Yes.
I've rambled on too long, but it's great. It really is. I would recommend this one.
So I believe, Rainiac, you have the board.
Yeah,
Hey.
and kind of going with the theme of sleight of hand that appeared in this story.
Oh.
Well, I haven't picked a Seventh Doctor one for a while, have I?
Oh.
I think my last one was what? Remembrance of the Daleks?
I think.
And it was really, really
Yeah.
good. This one, I think, is just really good or just very good. I don't think it's the best one of his era.
Is it Greatest Show?
I've wanted to talk about this one for a while. Next time on Doctor Who Reviews, the greatest show in the galaxy.
Yay! I guess
Yeah! This is a good story.
I think I picked a good one then, have I again?
Oh, I mean, it's McCoy. You know I'm
Yeah, and
for
I
a
kind of
McCoy
love
That's
story.
his boy?
I love the MC.
Yeah, it's a McCoy and Ace story.
I love the ringmaster of the MC, whatever he's called. It wouldn't surprise me if he was actually a musician,
maybe.
because he does those rhymes really, really well.
Oh boy. You've also done it again, Rainier.
I know, colonialism.
Uh-oh.
Captain Cook.
I know. I said keeping with the theme.
Keeping with the theme. Well, keeping with the theme also because it's kind of gone zone bonkers.
I like it. I do like it.
Keeping the tropes alive?
I mean, yeah, I like it too. It's
The last
a
time
very
I
good
watched
story.
it, I remember really enjoying it. And
I haven't seen it yet.
funnily
It's
enough,
a
one of
very
the
good-
characters in it became a companion in Big Finish.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't
Oh.
Captain Cook, thank God.
Oh, Krista's might enjoy this one then.
Yeah, Krista, this one's for you as well.
You'll get that when we get to it. But
Okay.
Rainiac, where can we find these lovely people on the show?
You can find us on Twitter at ReviewsDoctor. You can find me on Twitter at RainiacTheManiac, Freezing Inferno at Freezing Inferno, and Kat at Concave Usurper. You can also send us an email at goexterminateyourself@gmail.com. We've already plugged the book once, so that's okay. But you can find her at CrystalWolf94. Also, buy Back to the
She's
11th by Krista
fantastic.
Mattia. It's fantastic.
And
And
Kat,
I will plug something that we've done, because it went
Oh, what
up before this podcast came up, confusingly. Despite being recorded on the same day, but behind the scenes stuff for you there.
Timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, we took a look at the Comic-Con panel for Series 13
oh boy!
and some of the revelations within that
Yay!
that we have purposely kept out of this episode.
And now we're gonna go on Discord because all our Discords are lit up with Krista and Mike and others talking about. Oh God, what are they doing?
Yep.
So we get to discuss that now as soon as we're done. Hooray!
Yes, we do.
Yay.
So let's wrap it up right now and get to that. So thank you.
Well. Actually,
Oh.
I have a thing to plug.
Oh God, is it
It's not
Symphogear?
mine. It's not Symphogear, but since you mentioned no.
No, Frizz.
So in 2018, friend of the show, I'll say, a friend of mine, John Thayer released a RPG game called Facets,
Oh.
which is a dark, difficult but interesting RPG take with a bunch of stuff. And well, this weekend, somewhere around there, last Friday as we're recording, he put out a re-release of the game with an added easier mode for people who found the original game a little too difficult, and also released a prequel novel called Wayward with some characters from the game in
Yep.
it. So you should definitely check those out. I mean, there's some content warnings because it is a little darker fare than you may be used to, but
I would say it's heavy. Some heavy subject matter.
check. So just check the content warnings and whatnot on the site, and if you can handle it, please feel free to check out the game and check out the book, because I've read the book, and the book is very, very good. And at least one point, it reminded me of some of my favorite Moffat era Doctor Who. So that's high praise coming from me, going to you, John Thayer. So please support John and check out Facets and Wayward if you can handle the subject. Link will be below.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, what good is a podcast if you can't plug your friend's work on it?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's almost like somebody else who's in this podcast has work that could be plugged.
I was going to say, is something coming on Twitch, Kat?
Yeah, something is going on Twitch. I'm streaming again, now that I'm able to. I've been doing Phoenix Wright. I'm going to try to plan to do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. So far, we're on case number 3 of the first game, and I plan to do the entire game. But on Saturdays, that's when I have a special stream with my best friend, Chris. Usually we do Satisfactory. We started over in a new world. We're going to be doing that. I missed last Saturday, which was yesterday, unfortunately, due to family stuff, but we're going to try and keep up with that. We also had an idea, which there's a poll up on my Twitter about this. By the time everybody hears this, it should still be up. We're thinking also about doing movie Sundays. So go check out the poll, take a look at it. If you have any suggestions for movies, I have a suggestion box that's actually on my Twitter, or my Twitch page, I should say. And that's twitch.tv/concave usurper. Go leave us ideas for movies that we can watch. It has to be on Amazon Prime. I would prefer free movies if possible, because I don't want to spend money on this, for obvious reasons. And otherwise, just take a look, see if that's something you'd be interested in.
Oh yeah.
I believe the first movie we had in mind was The Fifth Element, because I've never seen it.
Ooh.
I haven't seen that movie since it came out, so that'd be interesting.
I've never seen it, and Chris finds that offensive.
Well, yeah, you can fix that. I wonder if they got any like really wild good stuff on the Amazon Prime. I have to see and give you a good suggestion for a movie.
Yeah, and it's like the fun part about Amazon Prime is that, Amazon's stuff in general, is that they actually give you these things called X-rays, which are little factoids that pop up sometimes during the movie.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if you pause it, you'll be able to bring up this little fact that says, this person did this during this scene or something like that. It's really interesting.
Nice. That's neat. Yeah.
I'm also going to try to convince her to watch Willy's Wonderland, which is the only movie I will pay for.
Oh my God.
I would watch that stream.
And you've checked this is all legal to do on Twitch?
It's completely legal. They have a button that allows you to do it.
That's
And
excellent, because
everything.
I don't want you to get in trouble with them.
No, it's perfectly legal. They encourage you to do this.
Okay, so
apparently.
you've got into it at length. You know it's all right to do.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's
Prime.
like I went and looked. You can look up the movie, see if it's on there. If it is, you can just go ahead and do it.
Amazon.prime/Sympho here.
Oh God.
It's not on there. I know it's
Good.
good.
So all that remains then, now all the plugging is done, I think all the plugging is done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now all the plugging is done. Thank you to you, the audience listeners, talking about Kinder. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to Jerry and to Kat for talking with me about Kinder. I know I enjoyed it. I think they did as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And join us next time where hopefully the enjoyment continues with the greatest show in the galaxy.
Yay.
Until next time, bye for now.
Tune in next week when Brainiac talks about the best Symphogear girl.
Join in next time when this definitely will not happen.
I do apologise for that. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
So where were we?
Kinder Mirrors.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2.
Keeps cutting out. Oh my god. Okay. Are we good?
We're good.
Never. 3, 2, 1. Mirrors.
He said mirrors.
Yay.
Hi, blooper reel. He said mirrors.
Sorry, where were we?